Halligan. Interest rates have gone up. That's just been announced. What does it mean? By how much? Just talk us through it, Liam.
It's the third rise, Gloria, in 3 meetings. There was a rise in December from 0.1 to 0.25%. Another one in February from 0.25 to 0.5%. Now we've gone up from 0.5 to 0.75%. These are tiny little increments. Interest rates are still below 1%. They're still really, really low by historic standards. But the Federal Reserve, the US interest rate raised, the US Central Bank raised its interest rates last night. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, he says, I'm old enough to remember when inflation was really high. And inflation's high in the UK as well. We're already at a 30-year high. It's going to get higher given the impact on fuel and food prices of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. So what the Bank of England's doing, Gloria, even though the economy's slowing and this interest rate rise will make it more expensive to borrow, be quite painful, it's trying to demonstrate to financial markets, to companies, to all of us that it's serious about bearing down on inflation, trying to contain inflation. Because once there's a feeling that prices are going to rise, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy and everybody puts up their prices and you get in a kind of self-reinforcing upward inflationary circle. That's what happened when we were kids in the 70s and the 80s and inflation spiralled out of control and hit above 20% in the UK. The Bank of England is trying to stop that happening now, but it's going to be painful.
For people who are not on fixed-rate mortgages and for those who need to borrow. Is that what we're talking about?
That's
here?
right.
Businesses and individuals.
If you're on a variable rate mortgage, your interest rate, I'm afraid, will now go up. If you have another personal loan that's not on a fixed rate, the cost of servicing that will go up. On the other hand, there's lots of people sitting on cash who live out of their savings, particularly pensioners.
Right.
Pensioners haven't had, any return on interest rates for years. Interest rates have always been lower than the rate of inflation. And they still are a lot lower than the rate of inflation, but at least for pensioners and others living on savings, interest rates are going up a bit. I don't think they're going to go all the way up to 4, 5, 6% where they were 10, 20 years ago. But I do think now, Gloria, we're going to see a succession of rate rises on both sides of the Atlantic and in Western Europe too.